welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nathra and I make videos about K-pop ranging from song compilations to games to commentary like this video about every 5 days, so if you're interested in hearing what I have to say, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Now onto today's topic, favoritism within groups. With recent bullying scandals involving certain girl group members and ex-members making headlines, I think it's important to discuss favoritism. Like it or not, it is definitely present in every group out there and may be a contributing factor to bullying. First of all, let's talk about various definitions of favoritism. The dictionary defines favoritism as, quote, the practice of giving unfair preferential treatment to one person or group at the expense of another, end quote. Now here's my definition, but in K-pop terms. Member or members of a K-pop group that gets the most opportunities outside of their group, thus being seen as more popular and being the defining member or members of a group. Examples include endorsing a product, acting, having a solo career, being a host, etc., etc. Favoritism in the K-pop context is not necessarily a bad thing, depending on the angle from which you approach the situation. It is not bad for K-pop idols to do their own thing and have their own side hustle, so to speak. In fact, there are instances where having one super notable member is actually a catalyst for boosting a group's popularity. But it becomes a bad thing when the group or idol's career gets hurt in the long run. In my opinion, there are two ways in which favoritism can be impactful. Number one, favoritism ruins a group from the inside out, and number two, favoritism impacts the group's popularity and reputation from the outside itself. Let's take a closer look at favoritism causing internal problems. There are a few groups, past and present, where favoritism was extremely prevalent. Immediately what comes to my mind is 4 Minute. Now we all know Hyuna for having an extremely successful solo career, but there may be a lot of newer fans who aren't aware of Hyuna's career with 4 Minute. Ever since 4 Minute's debut back in 2009, Hyuna was always pushed to the forefront. In fact, many netizens speculated that the reason why contract renewal negotiations for the other members failed back in 2016 was because the other members were unsatisfied with the lack of fair treatment. This is all alleged, but as someone who was a fan of 4 Minute and still is a fan of Hyuna, this was super clear to me as well. The 2yoon subunit, consisting of members Jiyoon and Gayoon, didn't do that great in terms of promotions, especially compared to Hyuna's success, which meant that Cube invested more into Hyuna's solo promotions. Hyuna's blossoming solo career may have caused tensions within the group if she had conflicting schedules or was tired of being pulled in different directions. Also, I just checked Hyuna's Instagram and none of the ex-members are following her. It will be really sad if their friendship was weakened due to Hyuna being in the spotlight, but companies have to push those who will make money. This leads me to the other side of favoritism. A group's reputation can be impacted when a member is pushed to the forefront and then they become a scapegoat for anything and everything. In order to fully illustrate my point, let's talk about April's naeun. Naeun is the most well-known member of girl group April as she has had acting and hosting jobs in the past. Recently, a classmate of hers posted on social media alleging that naeun bullied her in school. Now these claims were deemed false by naeun, DSP Media, and other classmates, which then led to the person taking down their post at the end. But there was and still will be doubt cast upon naeun, thus casting a shadow on April, a group who has taken a long time to secure a foothold in the K-pop industry. Not to mention, this occurred right before their summer comeback. Some could argue that this is just a cheap way to deter people away from a group, but given that naeun was implicated makes it even more harmful for the group's overall reputation. Had these rumors been true, she would have lost out on various solo opportunities and April would have to bear the brunt of the consequences. And speaking of bullying allegations, we must address the elephant in the room, Jimin, now ex-member of AOA. While seolhyun is definitely the face of the group, Jimin was known more for her rap skills and solo releases, as she competed on Unpretty Rap Star and made it to the semi-finals. AOA is now only 4 members, and after losing other popular members like Choa and Mina, the group's reputation has taken an even bigger hit. Rumors say that Jimin bullied Mina because Mina was rising in popularity as an actress and CF model, whereas people disliked Jimin for her looks and/or voice. Former K-pop girl group trainee Grazy Grace uploaded a video to her channel, which I will link in the description down below, in which she talks about some reasons as to why bullying in a group occurs, and more often than not, it is because one member is getting more opportunities than another. This could mean getting more lines, more time in the center, or more activities outside of the group itself. The industry is also very superficial, so it makes sense why Jimin would feel angry whenever netizens made fun of her looks, whereas Mina would get more positive comments regarding her looks and modeling talent. Now, I am not condoning or justifying Jimin's bullying, but this may be an insight as to why she behaved the way she did. This should go without saying, but favoritism occurs within boy groups as well. An example of this is Zico and Block B. I mean, Zico is the CEO of his own agency now and has had a thriving solo career for the past decade. Block B, like many boy groups, lost their steam once members started enlisting in the military, which frankly can be a whole video topic by itself. I'm really interested in seeing how military enlistment affects K-pop groups, so if you would like to hear more about that topic, definitely let me know in the comments below. Given that the K-pop industry is so cutthroat, it is imperative that groups do whatever they can to stay afloat. Agencies must decide early on who they want to push forward in an effort to gain fans, and thus those fans' monetary support. As much as I would like to say that favoritism shouldn't exist or every idol deserves the same opportunities, that's just not how the industry is wired, at least from an outside perspective. My only hope is that as more idols come forward about strained group relations or even just flat out bullying, fans and agency executives recognize how damaging favoritism can be and work harder on communication. That way, any sort of rivalries are recognized soon and steps can be taken to mitigate those negative feelings. Okay, so that's all I've got for today. I hope I made some sense. I tried to make my script sound less formal, so fingers crossed that got across to you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments what topics you'd like me to talk about in the future. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye!